George Pickens is the type of receiver most teams dream about having, but no matter how talented he is on the field, the constant question is if he can stay out of his own way. Since his trade to the Dallas Cowboys recently happened, we figured we should dive into how he's managed to hurt his own career this far, and if he has any chance of making a recovery in Dallas. Press the like button if you think George Pickens can make a comeback. George Pickens should have been a first-round pick. He had the size, the hands, the highlight tape, and the big-time college program behind him. Coming out of the University of Georgia, Pickens was known for making impossible catches look easy. If the ball was near him, he was coming down with it. Scouts loved his raw talent and athleticism. He looked like a future superstar. But there was one problem: drama. Pickens had a history of letting his emotions take over. He got into fights during practice. He once got ejected from a game after throwing a punch. And then there was the time he squirted water at an opposing player on the sideline. Coaches weren't blind to it. Neither were NFL teams. Some teams removed him from their draft boards entirely. Others dropped him way down the list. In interviews, he came across as quiet or even cold. He didn't show the maturity or leadership teams expect from a first-round pick. So instead of hearing his name called early on night one of the 2022 NFL Draft, Pickens waited and waited. Finally, the Pittsburgh Steelers selected him with the 52nd overall pick in the second round. It was seen as a gamble, but a potential steal. If he could stay focused, the sky was the limit. Pickens wasted no time showing why he was so hyped. In training camp, he made ridiculous catches on the regular. One-handed grabs, toe taps, deep balls. He had that wow factor, and once the season started, fans saw it too. He finished his rookie year with 801 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, and did it with a rookie quarterback in Kenny Pickett. The chemistry seemed promising. Pickens made the kind of catches that ended up all over social media and SportsCenter. Everyone was excited about the Steelers' future. But even with the good moments, cracks started to show. When he didn't get the ball, he sulked. He would sit on the bench with his helmet off, looking frustrated even after a win. After a game with only one catch, he posted "Free me" on Instagram. Another time, he unfollowed the Steelers entirely. At first, people brushed it off as a young player learning to manage his emotions. But it wasn't just one bad moment. The pattern was starting. Steelers coaches talked to him. Teammates tried to keep him positive, but Pickens wanted the spotlight. And when he didn't get it, he made it everyone's problem. By his second year, George Pickens was the Steelers' top wide receiver. He crossed the 1,000-yard mark and made several more highlight catches. But again, the focus wasn't on his talent, it was on his attitude. One moment stood out more than the rest. During a close game, Deontay Johnson caught a pass and fumbled. As defenders rushed toward the ball, George Pickens stood still, just watching. He didn't move. He didn't try to help. He didn't even flinch. Fans were furious. Analysts tore him apart. Former players said it showed a complete lack of effort. And the worst part, he didn't seem to care. There was no apology, no accountability, no explanation. It wasn't just the fumble play either. Coaches had grown tired of his sideline behavior. He was ignoring direction, rolling his eyes, and at times flat out refusing to block during running plays. Pickens started to become a locker room distraction. His me-first mindset clashed with the team culture in Pittsburgh, a place known for hard-nosed, team-first football. It felt like every step forward he took on the field came with 2 steps back off it. If you want to succeed in the NFL, you need to be on the same page with your quarterback. But George Pickens and Kenny Pickett were never quite in sync. On or off the field, Pickett struggled in his second year. He rarely threw for more than 200 yards and often looked lost in the pocket. The offense as a whole was a mess, and everyone knew it. Still, instead of lifting up his quarterback or working through the problems together, Pickens made things worse. He complained about his targets. He visibly pouted when the ball didn't come his way. He posted cryptic messages on social media, often just after games, making it clear he wasn't happy. Some of the posts even liked tweets calling for Pickett to be benched. In interviews, when reporters asked about the team, Pickens often pivoted back to himself. He talked about his numbers, his roots, his role. Rarely did he speak about the offense as a whole or take any responsibility. The bond between Pickett and Pickens never developed. It wasn't just a bad game or two. It was an ongoing issue that only got worse with time. Coaches tried to smooth it over, but the tension kept building, and eventually it would explode. The breaking point came in Week 10 of the 2024 season. The Steelers were playing a must-win game. Late in the fourth quarter, they ran a key pass play that was designed to go to George Pickens. But instead of running his route hard, Pickens jogged. He barely made an effort. The pass was intercepted, and the camera caught everything. Pickens didn't try to stop the defender. He didn't chase after him, he didn't even look like he cared. He turned around and slowly walked off the field while his teammates scrambled to make a tackle. The video went viral instantly. Sports shows across the country replayed it over and over again. Former NFL legends like Shannon Sharpe and Ryan Clark called him out. Fans were done defending him. This wasn't just about poor effort, it was about respect. Pickens showed none for the team, the game, or his teammates. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin was furious. Reports leaked that players in the locker room were fed up. A few days later, Pickens deleted all his Steelers posts on Instagram. The message was loud and clear. He wanted out, and the team was finally ready to let him go. On a rainy day after the draft, the Steelers made it official. George Pickens was traded to the Dallas Cowboys. The deal came with little fanfare. Pittsburgh received a third-round pick and a conditional sixth-rounder. It was a cheap price for a player with star potential, but the Steelers were ready to move on. They wanted peace in the locker room more than flash on the field. And Dallas, well, they were the perfect landing spot. The Cowboys have never been shy about taking risks on controversial players. Jerry Jones has always been about headlines, and with CeeDee Lamb already in place as wide receiver 1, the Cowboys believe Pickens could thrive as a deep threat if he could behave. Pickens arrived in Dallas and said all the right things. He talked about starting fresh, focusing on football, and letting his play do the talking. But fans across the league wondered if it was too late and if the same drama would follow him south. George Pickens now faces the most important chapter of his career. Dallas is a spotlight city. Every move is magnified, every mistake is discussed on ESPN FS1 and every podcast in the country. And unlike Pittsburgh, the Cowboys won't tolerate nonsense forever. Dak Prescott is a veteran leader who won't deal with diva behavior for long. Pickens has the chance to learn from some of the best. He's lining up alongside one of the top receivers in the league in CeeDee Lamb. He has a strong quarterback, a playoff-ready team, and a fan base that's desperate for a Super Bowl run. This is it. If Pickens finally grows up, focuses on football, and stops with the sideline antics, he could become one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. He has every physical tool you could want: speed, height, hands, route running. It's all there, but talent doesn't matter if no one trusts you. If he sulks after one bad game, if he starts reposting cryptic messages, if he jogs on another route, it won't end well. Dallas may be giving him a second chance, but they won't give him a third. All of the problems he's had this far in his career have been done to himself. No one is getting in his way but his own diva personality. If he can figure it out, he 100% has a bright future as an all-pro level receiver. But considering how drama seems to follow him everywhere he goes, it remains to be seen if he has what it takes to get out of his own way and actually make something of himself despite the circumstances that surround him. He won't be the first option, he won't be the star going into the season, and while that might piss him off, that is just where he is in his career. But what do you think? If you enjoyed the video, let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and subscribe for more football content on a regular basis.